Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skyazrael.com for life coaching and mentoring. I want to talk briefly about feeling invisible. A lot of people feel invisible. It's kind of a psychological condition. Not everybody experiences this, so this video may not be for everyone. Now, I'm not talking about just you simply wanting to feel validated because you're lonely, because you're weak, because you're desperate for attention. That's different. There's a condition, there's a psychosis where you actually feel like you're invisible, that people don't see you. Now, you know you exist because you can force yourself on others and then they'll respond to you. You go and slam your fist down on the counter at the store and you know that you exist. The guy will be startled, but when you're just navigating through your day, you can go largely unnoticed. I know what this is like. I know what it's like to feel invisible, to go most of my day, if not the whole day, most of the week, if not the whole week, without really any human interaction of any kind. And if there is any, it's always on my terms. I'm the one who has to initiate it, or else people will just walk right over me, almost literally. I was up in DC a couple years ago visiting some family. Walked out of the hotel. I was staying at a hotel downtown. Went to a little restaurant around the corner. I had 4 people bump into me. Just kind of shoulder, not on purpose, but it's just the way people are. There's just a lot of people walking in the sidewalks and people don't really look out for where they're walking. I do. I don't bump into people, but some people do. I got really furious. And I kind of forgot what it was like walking down the street in downtown DC. I live in a small town now. I'm not a city dweller anymore. I haven't been for a while. And I kind of have this condition, and I've thought that I feel rather invisible for most of my life. And you get a bunch of people bumping into you like they don't see you, and that would trigger me. And I remember sitting there eating, just feeling like, okay, I got to calm down. I'm ready to kill people now. I'm ready to go on a murder spree, on a killing spree, just to prove that I exist. I've sat down in restaurants and had waiters and waitresses ignore me. You never get a menu, you never get anything. Stand in line next to somebody, they don't acknowledge you. Stand in an elevator and people don't acknowledge you. You can go through your whole work day and not be acknowledged, not have anybody even recognize that you're there and say, hey, anything. Not even make eye contact with you, go your whole day without making eye contact with another human. People literally ignore you. We're all trained to have our little earbuds in and our hats and hoodies and to navigate through urban areas ignoring other people. If you make eye contact, it's always by accident and you glance away. So there's 2 ways to handle feeling invisible. One way is to take responsibility for yourself and to realize that other people don't owe you anything. Nobody owes you validation or acknowledgement. And if you want validation and acknowledgement, you're going to have to seek it. You're going to have to demand it. You're going to have to put yourself out there. A lot of people who feel invisible have a problem with putting themselves out there. Like me at the restaurant that one time when I sat down and I didn't have any waitress or waiter. I sat there for 25 minutes. Nobody gave me silverware, water, nothing. People around me were getting shit, but not me, and I took it personally. Fuck this restaurant. I stormed out. I was so furious. And I realized, I could have gone up to the counter and said, excuse me, I'm sitting over there, and I have been for a little bit. Can someone please bring me a menu and a glass of water? I'm ready to order, that kind of thing. But I didn't do that. So I didn't announce myself because I had some attitude about it. I wanted them to come to me. It's their job. So I play a game with it. And I end up being the victim of it, the casualty, emotional casualty of that experience, because nobody else gives a fuck. Nobody has a duty to acknowledge or validate you. If you want acknowledgement and validation, you have to go and get it. This is what A-type personalities, extroverted people do. They kind of push themselves on the world in a nice, friendly way, if they're nice and friendly people. And do it with a smile. These types of people are confident in a way where they know they're not perfect. They just don't care if they look stupid or say something stupid or make mistakes or don't come across how they intended. They don't care about any of that stuff. So if we want to feel less invisible, you're going to have to step in front of people. You're going to have to force people to acknowledge you, to notice that you're there. Speak up. Be louder. One of the ways that you can learn to do this, because some people, they're deathly afraid of certain types of social interaction, particularly putting themselves out there like that. They look at it almost as if it's a confrontation. And there's certain types of people that are very against confrontation. You think of confrontation as fighting and arguing, but to confront somebody really is to walk up to somebody, and that can be very difficult. To let the world know that we're there exposes us, brings us open to attack, to danger. When people see you, the danger also sees you. So you have to get over this wanting to be unnoticed, wanting to be anonymous, wanting to be safe. You have to get over this kind of rabbit mentality of a rabbit, of dashing from bush to bush through life, wanting life to be safe. You have to take the mentality of a lion. Stomp around more confidently, slowly. Force yourself to interact with people at least once a day. If the person behind the counter doesn't say, "Hi, how are you? Can I help you?" and they don't say anything. Sometimes people do that. You walk up to a counter to pay for something and the person doesn't say anything. They just take your money and they won't say anything. It's your job to initiate that interaction. Initiate interactions more. Practice at it. Even if you have no real reason to. And you'll find that you feel less invisible. We feel invisible because others ignore us. So the way to be less ignored is to put yourself out there more. The second way to feel less invisible in this world is more spiritual. It's more personal. And it's to have a connection with a higher power, with your God, whether it's Odin or Jesus or whoever. I don't care who you believe in. The spaghetti monster, that's a real thing. You can Google it. People worship a spaghetti monster. It's been around for a long time. It's like a legit religion, I think. I don't care who you get down with. But it kind of goes back to that part of the Bible, when my father and mother forsake me, may the Lord take me up. When the world forsakes you, the Lord takes you up. When you have a daily disciplined connection to a higher power that you are engaging with through thought, through prayer, through devotion, through gratitude, you're never invisible. God tells me, I see you. Others might not see you, but I see you. It's all food for thought. Thanks for watching.